position. I want to point out the characteristics of what we got. I want to point out a couple of things you might be doing incorrectly, and we'll go from there. We always start with our contact at the ground, our kneeling roll. Kneeling roll is not a bad position, but it's actually a little small for these big old clodhoppers this boy's got on the ends of his legs. He's got paws like a big dog, okay? Needs to have more filling in the kneeling roll, okay? We have them in different sizes, different amounts of fill within there, okay? He would benefit from having some more in there. All right, notice his rear end, he's putting his right cheek on his the back of his heel. Where we really want to have the heel is right in the middle of our backside. Okay, so Charlie, can you do that? Shift it so that your rear end is sitting right on the, so like that. I'm going to pull your shirt up just a little bit. You see that? The heel is pretty much in the middle of his rear end. Okay, all right. So we're coming up. He's got his right leg really could point farther out to the right, so move your right knee that way. The right knee, that's this side. There we go. Now we got him spread out a little bit. All right. So his right knee's pointing out that way a little bit, but his hips and his shoulders are parallel. It's okay for it to lean forward so that the back is hunched or bent forward, preferably at the hips, but we want to make sure the shoulders and the knees, the shoulders and the hips are parallel like this. And that's pretty much what he's got. This would be fine, this would be fine, anywhere in here, but not this or this. Twisted spine, bad. All right. Now, he's got a good cheek weld, but we have a problem here. Our sling triangle is not vertical. This should be here. Here. That gets our sling triangle vertical. And one of the ways you can tell, if you look down his arm and down this leg, it should be a straight line. It's not now. Here. Straight line. Come to the side with the camera. Notice straight line from the gun down through here, all the way down to his hip, all the way down through his foot to the ground. Straight line. Straight line if you look at it from the front, this way. All in straight lines. Okay? Now, when we did that, of course, he's not pointing at the correct target. So what does that mean? We would need to shift the entire position around the kneeling roll. The kneeling roll is our pivot point. Okay? Notice he's got the rifle up high enough to get a good cheek weld. Very important in every position to get a good cheek weld. He also has his head upright as much as possible because kneeling balance is very important, and balance comes from our inner ear. Having the head upright helps us to maintain balance. Now, one of the issues I see here, notice the distance between his rear sight and his eye. That distance is called eye relief. Typically, when we want to see an eye relief of about 3 to 4 inches, about this much. So his head is way too far back. So we really need to try to shift the head forward as much as possible to get that. Okay, now sometimes if it's a problem, we just cut the stock off a little bit. But we want to have it up. One of the things you'll find with a new shooter, the farther back you are from the rear sight, the harder it is to see through the little hole in the rear sight. And they get so far back, they can't see through it. So having the correct eye relief makes the hole be the right size to be easy to see through, okay? His front hand, he's got it inside the sling like it should be. And he's also not gripping the rifle right here. He's doing that very well. His fingers are just laying there on the rifle, not gripping the rifle. All he's doing is supporting the rifle with his forward hand. He's putting backwards pressure with this hand, and he's controlling the rifle. You also get backwards pressure from the tension in the sling. That gives you backwards pressure onto your shoulder. Notice the front leg. The shin part, or calf of the front leg, is vertical. that is the ideal position because the weight of the rifle, you're still kind of over rotating, you should be here. The weight of the rifle is coming to the elbow and going straight down to the ground. Okay? Some people want to pull that front foot. So try to take this foot and pull it back towards you. Yeah. I see this a lot with new shooters. The problem is, with any changes in weight, notice how the whole body moves. Now put it back like you had it. Now with changes in weight, as I push down here, it doesn't really affect the body. The weight just goes in through the bones. That's what we want. The position of the front foot. I really like what he's got here. The front foot is parallel to the right leg. By having that front foot turned like it is, it helps to eliminate wobble in the left leg. Charlie, if you would, turn that front foot and point it right at the target. There you go. Now, if I push here, notice there's really nothing there. Charlie, do you feel that? There's really nothing to keep that leg from wobbling. Now turn the leg back like you had it. Okay. Now, you feel the leg doesn't want to move as much. Can you feel that? That's what we want to have, okay? That pretty much is kneeling position. Takes some practice. Balance is very critical, and having it at the right angle to the target. Making sure we're on the kneeling roll. If you would bring the camera back here. The back foot, he's kind of got it where he's not really in the middle of his backside again. And he's also got that foot at an angle. Do you see that if the heel was on the right side of his backside, the weight of the gun and the weight of the body is coming down his spine, and he's got a cantilever. Support is over here. Here's the hip sitting on it, and the weight's here. So now he's got a cantilever, which is non-supportive. If he gets it here, it's supportive. Likewise, if the foot is tilted over, it's going to bend. If it's this way, it's got support. Again, tilted back is fine because you have the kneeling roll. The kneeling roll should support the top of the foot and a little bit of the ankle, not the shin. With these boys, the size of the kneeling roll, it kind of covers a lot of the bottom part of the leg, but it's really there to support the ankle and the top, very top part of the foot up here. That's what we wanted to have. All right.